November 23rd, 2022. We are just leaving the old home base of Rolette, North Dakota. And we are on our way to Colorado for 4th season mule deer. First time we've ever hunted in Colorado. Check that state off. Hopes are high. 4th season mule deer tag should be excellent. Rut should be going. Jalen just shot a monster mule deer in the rut here in North Dakota. If you haven't seen that video series, go check that out. That's going to be 5 days. It's not out yet, but by the time, this video, it'll be out.
Planning ahead.
Yeah. So go check that out because we officially have a wall hanger for 2022, and that makes 3 years in a row for us. That's a good, we can keep that going. Yeah. So what I'm saying is this trip, I'm going to make sure I don't get a wall hanger and save it for next year. But it's our last hunting trip out of state for the year. It's sad because it is our last out of state trip, but we've had a great year so far. Again, if you haven't watched anything, go watch it, guys. I mean, he got his first antelope. I got my biggest mule deer buck in Wyoming. Then he got his first mule deer and it's the biggest
mule deer between us.
We didn't need to have that part.
Well, you always get the whitetails, so I got to take my claim to fame.
All right. Well, we're changing that on this trip, guys.
There you go.
All right, we're gonna try to make it to Casper, Wyoming tonight. I think that's Jalen teach today.
It's
10 hours. I think.
Yeah,
10 hours, and we're leaving at 4 o'clock our time.
Just a quick 10-hour drive.
Oof, that's tough. But anyway, then we're going to an undisclosed location in Colorado for our mule deer. So stick with us, guys. It should be an awesome few days. We don't have a ton of days to hunt. I think we have 3 full days of hunting planned out. Maybe the morning on the 4th if we need it, but
we'll be tagged out.
We'll be tagged out, absolutely. So stay tuned, guys. Should be a lot of fun. 2 miles. Take exit 42.
Hey. Breakfast this morning?
Little breakfast this morning.
Oh, they're all
great.
Having a lot of fun.
This is brutal. Well, it's November 24th. Thanksgiving 2022. Jalen and I are on our last Western hunt of the year. Out of state Western hunt. We got a 4th season Colorado mule deer tag. And if you're not sure how Colorado does the tags for deer, they have a lot of times like early archery, early rifle, but the main ones are the 2nd season, 3rd season, 4th season. And usually the 4th season is the most sought after tags because the bucks should be rutting. So, and usually the lowest tag numbers, but we have ran into quite a bit of hunting pressure. It's hot though. It's mid-30s, which is actually nice for walking around, but I don't know how the mule deer are going to be reacting to this in the rut. But right now we're down kind of in lower elevation, 7,000 feet, about 7,000, something like that. But more in this sage. Seeing if those bucks are in the sage yet. We don't know how much snow's up high. We drove around a little bit right when we got here. Didn't waste. About 45 minutes just learning where the hunting pressure is, learning kind of what roads were open for sure, and I got a good feel. And now I think, for the next 2.5 days we'll be able to really attack the area and hopefully get into some deer.
Is that another one there in the back?
Yeah. Oh yeah, there's a little buck. Cool.
failure.
Look, just to compare, like see what he looks like, and then we can compare from there.
Yeah, he's gonna be out of our hair here real quick.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because it looked bigger than the one they had in the back of the truck.
Oh, okay.
To me.
These things come off failure. You should be able to find them in there.
Yeah, exactly. I can zoom in more. Well, we found it was a tweener buck. It's not a shooter today. Jalen's just taking a look at him. Apparently we need to upgrade our digiscoping setup. We don't have a digiscoping setup anymore, so I'm sorry that you guys aren't able to see him because he's a ways out there, probably a mile away. So all I can do is tell you about him. But we're starting to see deer. I think there's 3 in that group. And then right over here, there's about 20 of them. All little tiny forks and stuff like that. So they're starting to pop up. See if anything else pops up. I don't know what else we're actually gonna do tonight. We're able to look over a big area here and deer are starting to pop up. So Jalen, you see him? See his rack?
Yeah.
What do you think?
I think it's 4x3.
Okay.
Tiny.
Right?
Yeah.
On his right side? Yeah. Alright. Well, it's good to see a buck that gets the heart beating right away. He came out of a bottom and got the heart beating. So, back to glassing. That's what I'm trying to do here. That one's a little fork by that long cedar. Well, we're sitting here. We changed knobs a little bit just to look up into this drainage where I was seeing a bunch on the side hill. And let me tell you, this is fun. There is deer freaking everywhere. I mean, no matter where we look, there's deer. I mean, they're out there, and we had a couple bigger bucks show up. Of course, Jalen's spotting the bigger bucks. I'm pretty good at spotting the little guys, but he's spotted a couple now. There's one finally up here that came out, and I mean, not bigger. We figure 140, 145 if you're trying to score it, but he's, you know, heavy 4x4, just a really small frame. But they're starting to rut more in here. I mean, you can tell, and makes sense as the sun sets, but we're seeing a lot. And so, I mean, we're just gonna sit here till dark, kind of make sure there's not a big buck in here. You kind of look at the area and you go, well, there's not really anywhere for them to come from, but then all of a sudden a couple new bucks show up. so it doesn't make a lot of sense, but yeah, it's a lot of fun. This is what I was hoping it'd be. Well, guys, honestly, really awesome day in my opinion. I mean, we had half a day. We got here, I don't even know what time we got here, I guess.
Just a little after noon.
Okay. So we didn't have any in the morning and stuff, and walked about 1.25 miles in here. Went to one glass and knob right away, glassed some deer up, and came to this one, and just, it was like the floodgates opened. I mean, partly just because towards evening, but we figured we saw probably 120 deer total. And it's kind of disappointing because it's not gonna portray that on the video because everything was so far away. It was tough to see. So maybe kind of a boring day for you guys, but trust me, we had a lot of fun. Like this is unbelievable. It's awesome country. We're seeing all sorts of deer, not like huge bucks, but we saw probably, I'd say 2 or 3 that would break the 140 mark. in score-wise, probably?
I'd say 2 for sure.
2 for sure, yeah, 2 for sure. And then maybe one that was up on the mountain. But so we want to get, you know, obviously our goal is to get a really mature buck for the area and stuff. So we got to figure out what a mature buck is. But we got this one great glassing point here. We might come back to this, I don't know, but I'm thinking tomorrow morning we might go high and just see if we can find a big one up there, because we saw a lot of deer tonight and we didn't see a giant. So might mean it's time to mix things up a little bit. But welcome to Colorado mule deer hunting, man. Holy smokes. First time hunting in Colorado, and so far I am not disappointed. Until I start complaining about us not seeing any big mule deer and seeing deer after deer after deer after deer.
So what time does it get light tomorrow? About an hour after that.
Yeah, he knows me. He knows me too well. We gotta keep our PHA, our positive hunting attitude. Nick likes to get an NHA, negative hunting attitude. That's usually when we start seeing them, though. So, but we're gonna get out here. It's getting cold. We're both kind of shivering. Part of the reason was it was warm when we walked in, and we got all sweated up. And then we got in here, and holy smokes, everything was wet because the snow was melting and stuff. It was about 32 degrees with the sun beating down on it. But all right, stay tuned for tomorrow, and thanks for watching. That was a good time.